Shalom, 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 family. Barakatah to the Father of lights, through the spirit and power of the throne of King David. Peace and blessings to Yahweh Shai, the beloved son and brother who sacrificed himself for the nation of Israel, soon to return. All praises due. Well, been a minute. Devil been on me. Yeah. Just been had, like I said, I struggle just like y'all do. Finally got this damn car smog. If you live in Cali, I ain't got to tell you, but if not, yeah, you got to get what's called a smog check. And it's a pain in the ass because every little bitty thing that can go wrong with the car, you know, if it pops up on the dash and you get a check engine light, which I had, then you got to get that done. Can't register the car, then you rolling dirty. Paid the fees, so I'm good. Finally passed today. Pretty Ricky been giving me a fucking bitch, but got it done finally. All right. If y'all ever need, you know, if you ever want to know what's wrong with your car, I don't care what model it is, you should get you one of these. It's here. This will save you a lot of headache. It's a OB2 sensor. You plug it into the port under the dash, and it tells you what's happening with the car. You know what I mean? So because I had that, I was able to troubleshoot a lot of things myself and get this thing underway. And it works on all models. Even in the 90s. Like I said, it's a 96. It works on 2018, 19. Don't matter. You just put the make of the car in there, and it's the same thing mechanics use. All right, but all praises got that done. Shoot, had a pipe burst in our kitchen. Kitchen was leaking water all over the floor. Then the stove went out the next day. So, been one thing after another. But all praises, through it all, just keep putting one foot in front of the other, you know. This our last go round. But how many of y'all ready for part 2? Y'all ready? All right, well, there's not a whole lot left, but I see y'all been nibbling on part 1. And what part 1 basically was telling you is that there's 2 turn-ups, all right? The Southern Kingdom, which is us, got to get turned up first, and then we go and get the Northern Kingdom. Didn't know that. You know, some of y'all still mad at me for April 8th. Hey, man, I get it. I want to get out of here too, but you got to look at what the scriptures say. Scriptures say that in the latter days, men shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. I don't have it all, y'all, so all I can do is course correct when I get it. But I'm not coming to y'all saying, oh, well, I was wrong, it's this way, oh, no, it's that way, oh, no, it's this way. No. You know, it's a course correction, and the thing that I said that are going to come to pass is still going to come to pass. It's just that I get it as the Most High opens it up to me. But I got a message to y'all out there that are threatening to leave, which I know you're not. You ain't going nowhere. Because all you got to do is leave and don't say nothing. I got a message for you. Where you going to go? At least I course correct. Pharisees ain't course corrected yet. And they're not. Because they don't think they're doing nothing wrong. Just because I didn't have all the information at the time don't make me a deceiver. I take offense to that. You're going to bar me on one mistake that I made considering us getting picked up, well, that's on you. But you keep that same energy though, Judy. All right? Keep that same energy. Like I said, I don't beg nobody to follow me in any capacity. I want to read a comment from this guy here, man. He be writing whole novels and he's still getting it wrong. Armando Brown. He said the dead raised from the dead already in Matthew 27:50 through 33. What verse says it's going to happen twice? Well, if you go to Daniel chapter 12, all right, start at verse 1. And we still on the mystery. I'm just sweeping up the dust, all right? And at that time Michael shall stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book. So my question to you, Armando, is this. In Matthew chapter 24, all right, were the people delivered? All right, that were written in the book. Were they delivered? This is number 2. And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, some to shame and everlasting contempt. So, that's my next question. Those that rose when Yahushua came up out the grave, did they get everlasting life? So do you know anybody from 2,000 years ago walking around right now? Got to show me. So, if that's the case, if nobody is alive from the time Yahushua was here, that means they all died again. So that's not everlasting life. So it's talking about now. Have to be. Otherwise, prove me wrong. Bring me somebody flesh and blood that's been alive for 2,000 years, all right, that had everlasting life from the time that Yahushua was here, and you win. But you're not going to do it, all right? So that's just one of the many things that you're wrong on. Now, we broke down Micah chapter 4 in the last video. We broke down the fact that the daughter of Zion, which is the southern kingdom, is going to be transformed first. And then we know for a fact that the southern kingdom is then going to be picked up by the northern kingdom is then going to be picked up, transformed and picked up by the southern kingdom. Now, let me get that. Let's go to 1 Thessalonians chapter 4. Let's go down to verse 13. But I would not have you be ignorant, brethren, concerning them which are asleep, that ye sorrow not, even as others which have no hope. For if we believe that Yahushua died and rose again, even so them also which sleep in Yahushua will the power bring with him. Now, it ain't saying that Yahushua is going to bring them. It says that the Father will bring them with him. Okay? Verse 15. For this we say unto you, by the word of the Lord, not Yahushua, but the Lord, that we which are alive and remain unto the coming of the Lord, not Yahushai, the Lord, the Father, shall not prevent them which are asleep. All right, let me read the New Living Translation. We tell you this directly from the Lord, not Yahushai, not the ones you ignorantly call Jesus Christ. We who are still living when the Lord returns, because even during that time they thought that the Lord was coming down. He says, we who are alive when the Lord returns will not meet him ahead of those who have died. All right? So, if you want to put some proof to that, all right, what does the scripture say? He says that he's going to save the tents of Judah first. Okay? All right? He's going to save the tents of Judah first. So, all the northern kingdom right now, except for the few of them that are scattered in here, have not met the Lord. They're not going to meet him ahead of all those that are asleep. That's Judah. Okay? Did he fulfill that? Yeah. The northern kingdom have not woken up yet. Just a very small number. Part of the small remnant. Okay? Now look at verse 16. Here's the meat. For the Lord himself. That's a very important word. The Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout. Well, how is the Lord going to descend from heaven with a shout? Well, the Lord had to be down here. He had to be transformed. And then he had to be taken up. And all those of the small remnant with him. First. With the voice of the archangel and with the trump of the power. And then the dead in a Mashiach shall rise first. Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them. Who? Zion. In the clouds to meet the Lord in the air, so shall we ever be with the Lord. So, it's telling you right here that it's going to be the Father that descends from heaven with a shout. Now, is it talking about the heavens and the stars and the moon and all that? No. It's talking about rulership. I'm going to prove it to you. Went over this with DG and Benny Rich this morning. Let's go to Matthew chapter 24. We've read this many times, but I haven't read it to you like I'm finna. Now, this is why the Bible said the word is a stumbling block. Listen real good. And this, we read this a million times. But I'm finna pull something out that I never saw before that the Most High opened my eyes to. Matthew 24 and 29. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light. And the stars shall fall from heaven, meaning they're going to fall from rulership, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. So, April 8th, that did happen. We had that solar eclipse, all right? And then a lunar eclipse is predicted to come after that. That's what is a comma. It says, those days shall the sun be darkened, comma, and the moon shall not give her light, comma, and the stars shall fall from heaven, comma, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken, colon. Next paragraph, verse 30. And then, watch this, shall appear the Son of Man in heaven? No. Y'all tell me what it say. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man. Now, let's stop right there. What does sign mean? Huh? Y'all know where I'm going, right? All right. The sign of the Son of Man, right? All right, let's hit it. Top row, right? Scroll up. Sign. See there? It says Simeon. Now look what it says. A sign, a mark, a token. That by which a person or thing is distinguished from. All right? A sign, a prodigy, a portent. All right? So, I like the last one. It says of miracles and wonders by which the power authenticates the men sent by him, or by which men prove that the cause they are pleading is the powers. So, those of you that don't believe me, all right, look what it says. What is a sign? It's a sign of miracles and wonders by which the power authenticates the men sent by him, or by which men prove that that the cause they are pleading is the power. So, what's the big deal here today? Y'all don't believe I'm the Father, right? You don't believe I'm King David. You don't believe none of that, right? So, he's going to prove during this time that I am. Now, let's go back to the scripture. Verse 30. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in what? Heaven. Rulership. By this time, whenever this happens, we will now be in rulership. And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn. All right? And then shall they see all the tribes of the earth mourn, comma. Then after that, I don't know how long after, but after that, they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. See there? And don't bother reading the New Living Translation because they butchered it. Let me show y'all. And then at last, the sign that the Son of Man is coming will appear in the heavens, and there will be deep mourning among all the peoples of the earth. And they will see the Son of Man coming in the clouds with heaven and great power and glory. Well, the way they wrote it, they're not telling you in this passage on the other side of the one I just read, which is the New Living Translation, the one I just read. It says that the Son of Man is the sign that the Son of Man is coming will appear in the heavens. Now, if you look over in the regular King James Version, it says, and then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man. Okay? So when you read that in the New Living Translation, it kind of messes it up because it makes it sound like there's going to be some signs in heaven that Yahweh Shai is coming and then he's coming down. No. The sign is going to be when the Father manifests his servant before everybody so that y'all can forever shut the fuck up. All of you doubters, okay? He's going to manifest his servant so that you can never again say that ain't him. All right? Why do you think they're going to be mourning? They're going to mourn because they're going to realize they made a mistake. Right? Now, Let's go to Micah chapter 4. You'll see I got company, right? No, you know what? Scratch that. Go to Daniel chapter 7. Daniel chapter 7, verse 13. I saw in the night visions, and behold, one like the Son of Man, one like Yahushua, all right, came with the clouds of heaven, and came to the Ancient of Days, and they brought him near before him. Now, this is the Father coming to his shepherd, right? I told y'all last video, I'm Ancient of Days, right? I saw in the night visions, and behold, one like the Son of Man. Not the Son of Man, one like him. Right? That is the sign. That's the prodigy. Okay? That is what I was just telling y'all a minute ago. There's going to be one that needs to be validated. All right? Validated before the whole world that he is that man. And this is when it happens. I'm going to read it again. Daniel 7, verse 13. I saw in the night visions, behold, one like the Son of Man, came with the clouds of heaven, and came to the Ancient of Days. And they brought him near before him, brought into the presence of the Father. His shepherd is going to be brought into the presence of the Father. And look at verse 14. And there was given him, who? The shepherd, the king, dominion and glory, and a kingdom that all people, nations, and languages should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion, which shall not pass away, and his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed. Now, need some more proof? Let's go to Zechariah 12. We'll start at verse 7. The Lord also shall save the tents of Judah first, that the glory of the house of David and the glory of the inhabitants of Jerusalem do not magnify themselves against Judah. Didn't I just tell y'all that? He's going to save the tents of Judah first. Verse 8. In that day shall the Lord defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and he that is feeble among them that day shall be as David, and the house of David shall be as the power, as the angel of the Lord before them. And it shall come to pass in that day that I will seek to destroy all the nations that come against Jerusalem. Verse 10, here's the meat. And I will pour upon the house of David and upon the inhabitants of Jerusalem the spirit of grace and of supplications, and they shall look upon me whom they have pierced, and they shall mourn for him, as one mourneth for his only son, and shall be in bitterness for him, as one that is in bitterness for his firstborn. Why? Because it won't be no more question who the king really is. So let's go on back right here. It says, they shall look upon me whom they have pierced, and they shall mourn for him. Stop right there. Back to Matthew chapter 24. Let's hit let's hit verse 29. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. Verse 30. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man, the Ancient One, the Ancient of Days, in heaven, in rulership. And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds with great glory. So, it says they're going to mourn in Zechariah chapter 12, and they're going to mourn in verse 30 of Matthew 24. Yahushua was just reiterating what the prophets had already said. Now, let's go to Revelation chapter 1, verse 7. Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him. Now look right here what it says. And they also which pierced him. Didn't it say that in Zechariah chapter 12? And all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Even so, all right? So, he says that every eye is going to see his servant, the Ancient One, whom the Most High himself, the Father, is going to validate in front of the whole world. And they also which pierced him. What did I tell y'all about the piercing? All right? Now, that could be easily misconstrued as Yahushua, because Yahushua got pierced too. But what is this? Is this not piercing, y'all? Piercing is, let me get the definition. Pierce, of a sharp pointed object, to go into or through something. All right? Make a hole with a sharp instrument. All right? So, Yahushua got pierced. I get pierced every other day. Right? Yeah, like I said, I know this sounds far-fetched, but it's the truth. Let's take it from the top. Revelation 1 and 7. Behold, he come with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him. Well, who pierces me? The dialysis clinic. Sounds funny, right? And all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Didn't he say that we're going to mourn? Because when the Most High validates his shepherd, can't nobody say shit. So who's he going to validate? Yahushua? No. Verse 8. It tells you he's going to validate. I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the ending, saith the Lord, which is and which was and which is to come, the Almighty. Not Yahushua. Now, let's go to Psalms 91. Verse 1. He that dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. So, where's the secret place? Right here. Who's the shadow? I am. I'm the shadow. And as long as you're here, you dwell under the shadow of the Almighty. I'm just a shepherd. But the Father of lights is above me. And when he hits me with his knowledge, it casts that shadow that you benefit from. So the northern kingdom is going to be collected by us once his shepherd has been validated in front of the whole world. That's the mystery. All right. So, check it, go through the records, go through the scriptures I gave you, and see if you find any fallacy in that. All right. Also, you scoffers, stay scoffing, all right? I don't want you to do that. We almost there. When the validation comes, I don't want to hear nothing from you. right? Don't cry, don't wail, don't mourn. Just accept the fact that you fucked up the greatest time in history. And when you was clowning and laughing and bullshitting and talking shit about me, your ass should have been listening. And you're going to pay a heavy price for that shit. And I'm talking to you Israelites and Judites. You heathens on here, y'all don't even matter, man. Y'all are going into slavery, so I don't even know why y'all still here commenting. But anyway, I want to give all praises to the Father of Lights for this message. Stay tuned for the next one. Love y'all, family. See y'all on the next go-round. KD out. Shalom.